For this dish, we're gonna have shrimp egg rolls. So these are all the shrimp that has been peeled. I added I added salt to the water when I soaked these, so these are already salty. And then these are just chicken ground meat with cilantro, onions, black peppers, and salt, and a little bit of fish sauce. So, and 1 egg. So I just mixed it so that it's all mixed and ready. And then what these are mini egg roll wrappers. They're not wontons. They're different than the wonton. They're very thin. They're just like the egg roll wrapper, but the tiny version of it. So all you have to do is just put one, and then you just put a little bit of your chicken ground pork, kind of like lay it like a base, and you take one of the shrimp, you put it in. Sorry, that should have been taken care of. You put it in, and you want to make sure that the tail of the shrimp is sticking out, and all you do is just fold it this way. Hold on, it's I put too much. Fold it this way. Then you're gonna go ahead and try to fold it as tight as you can on this side. And then what you want to do is you want to wrap as tight as you can on this side so that there's no opening at the base. And then try to fold as tight as you can. Normally you use an egg to kind of close it, but these are very thin, so I'm not gonna worry about it. And then, so basically you're just gonna form a shape like the shrimp with the tail sticking out. I'm just gonna show you a couple just so that you get the gist of how it get folded onto the wrappers. And then I'm gonna show you how they will be deep fried so that you can see. Basically, I'm just gonna use ground beef as a base. Fold it as tight as you can so that there's no gap because you don't want any oil. You can seal it. For me, I'm just gonna do it this way. So you're gonna have a little egg roll that is kind of wrapped with the shrimp, and the shrimp is actually sticking out. The tail of the shrimp is sticking out. The process is the same as you would normally do an egg roll, except the only difference is that this time you actually wrapped a shrimp inside the egg roll or with the egg roll meat. A lot of people does their ingredient differently. For me, for this is so tiny, I bypass the noodles and the cabbage. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I will show you once it's done or deep fried. My oil is setting, but it's not ready yet, so we'll come back when the oil is ready, and I'll show you how they are deep fried. Okay. So my oils is ready. I wrapped some of my shrimp already, so we're just gonna drop this in the oil. And because I'm not using anything to kind of close the wrappers, I'm just gonna drop it where the wrapper tip, where it ends, sits in the bottom so that it doesn't open up. Kind of help a little bit. You just drop it in like this. You don't want to put too much because it's gonna get stick together. So this is one of the dish that we're gonna have for dinner tonight. Let's see if we can fit one more in. Maybe not. Let's try it. We'll do it on the outside. Okay, so this is the last one that I can fit into my pan. And like I said, if you use an oil, either flour mixed with water or the yolk of the the yolk of the eggs to close it, then you're not going to have any opening like this. But because these are so tiny, I'm not going to worry about it. I don't mind because they're shrimp. I don't mind if the wrappers are actually opening or open and it's not as tight. So that's all that I can get to it. And then you just basically watch it until it turns brown or until you know that it's ready. So you don't want to cook it and burns the shrimp and the wrappers, but you don't want it where the meat is raw because the meat is raw. The shrimp won't take very long, but the meat takes a little while. So once we have it all set up, we'll see how it tastes. There's no more plate.
Okay, 可能要 finish dish，就叫 shrimp 和 chicken，到了咯，特别有辣了。